it's me, your girl Shay. Okay, back at y'all with another video. And today, tonight, whatever you want to call it, whatever the case may be, if you can already tell by the title, I don't know how to help you. But this video is gonna be about my best friend, my homegirl, was dating my boyfriend. They was together, 2 peas in a pod. They was a thing. They was a thing. Like, it was no longer me in the picture. It was forget me and my feelings. They was a thing. Okay, before we get into this video, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, if you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Shay. And if you're not, then what's up? Like, welcome back. We on the road to 300 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get into it. Get to the nitty gritty. You know, I gotta explain everything, how everybody met everybody, how everybody know everybody, you know, whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna start from where I met her. I'm gonna name her and I'm gonna name him. The boy that was my boyfriend, the girl that was my friend. I'm gonna name her Sadie. I'm gonna name her Sadie. And I'm gonna name him Trifling. Sadie and Trifling. No. We got Messy and Trifling. Oh my God. We're going to call them Messy and Trifling. Okay. Just for the sake of the video, because that was messy what you did. You was messy and you was trifling. They both should be named Trifling, but y'all ain't gonna know who I was talking about. But we're gonna handle Messy and Trifling. So y'all, when I met Messy in middle school. We were in the same grade, we were in the same class, and we was, you know, around a little group. We had a little group together or whatever the case may be. And, you know, we was cool, everybody was cooling. She was funny, you know, and mind you, I was the shortest one in the group. So everybody was taller than me, and Messy was the tallest one. Messy was like skyscraper. Messy was like Twin Tower type of tall. So you can see what I'm getting at. Like, I'm 5 foot and she's like, what? She was about like 5'10". And around this time, I was like a nice little girl. Like, I was a nice girl. Like, I wanted friends. I wasn't, you know, needy for no friends, but I was like, I wanted friends. I was like that TV show type of girl, like, that you go to school and you meet friends. Like, everybody, you meet friends, everybody like each other. Let's just be friends. You know, no fake shit, no funny shit, no messy shit. I was just that type of girl. Like, I was that vulnerable. I really thought people was like that in the world. Like, I just thought life was just, you know, like TV, but TV was like shown to the world and life was like that. I thought I was like that, but it's really not like that, because people is out here trifling and messy and dirty and stank. Like, but you know, hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what's gonna be. It is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, we met each other in middle school. I met Trifling also. No, I didn't meet Trifling in middle school. I met Trifling when we was in elementary school. So I knew Trifling for a long time. I knew him for a long time. We was like in 2nd grade together, in the class together, but we never actually spoke. And fun fact, let me tell y'all something. When we was in elementary school, Trifling, he pushed me and I hurt myself and I skinned my hand. Y'all see that scar right there? I got that from Trifling pushing me when we were kids. I should have known. See, I should have known. I should have known when we were little kids that you was a trifling dude. Like, but yeah, y'all, that's Messy and Trifling. That's where I met them. Oh yeah, after elementary school, I ain't never see Trifling ever again after 2nd grade. Then I met him again at middle school, and we had the same class our 8th grade year. And how it went about when me and Messy was dating, you know, he asked me first. Mind y'all, to keep this in mind, he asked me out first. I never went up to Trifling. I never was interested in Trifling first, because Trifling asked me out first. Let's get that straight. Let's get that clear. Let's be clear. Okay? Mind you, he liked me first, okay? I was to myself. I was the type of girl in middle school, even in high school, even in elementary school. I was always to myself. I'm still like that. I was always to myself. I ain't never like no confrontation. Even if I like the boy, I'm definitely not gonna tell him like what I look like. I'm still like that to this day. I'm not telling you I like you. I could throw a little hints, like a little flirt, but I'm not gonna say, hey, can I get your number? Because I don't got time to be rejected. I don't like that. I don't like that. So yeah, like he came up to me during class. We was in science class, the first period of the day. Was in 8th grade, and he asked me for my number. He asked me for my number. And, you know, he was cute. He wasn't, you know, ugly or none of that. And he was a little chubby. He was cute. He was still cute with it. So I gave him my number. And I wasn't getting no play. I wasn't talking to nobody else. So I was like, why not? Why not? Let me go ahead and give him my number. At the end of the year. So like this was at the end of our 8th grade year. So when we were talking, it was like 1 month before school was over. So nobody really knew that we was talking unless you like spoke to us outside of school. And he was one of them little boys that used to run the streets or whatever the case may be. Like he was one of them little boys. So if anybody knew we was dating, you knew it from him. You wouldn't know it from me. Cause I wasn't like this. I'm never like this. So yeah. But you know, we was dating. We dated during the whole summer. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he was my boo. Like, trifling to be trifling was my boo. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Trifling was my boo. Trifling was so sweet to me. Like, when he was my boyfriend, he was sweet. He was so sweet. He treated me like a princess. Like, he was still, y'all just got the gist of where I met Messy and where I met, Trifling. I was just gonna say his first name, and where I met Trifling. So yeah, so after we was dating during the summer. We was going to the same high school, and we was dating in 9th grade. I'm not gonna tell that story because it's another story pertaining to Trifling and another ex that I have. I'm not gonna tell that story yet. I'm gonna save that for another day. But we just gonna fast forward to Trifling and Messy clashing together. 9th grade, our relationship carried on from the end of 8th grade all the way to the beginning of 9th grade, probably the middle of 9th grade. So yeah, eventually we broke up, or whatever the case may be. This happened, that happened. We broke up. And to be honest, Trifling was actually being trifling when we was in high school. Like, Trifling was starting to do some trifling ass stuff. Like, I can't believe I did stuff. Like, I can't believe it was things that I did for him. I ain't do no crazy stuff, but it was some things that I did for him, and he didn't even have the same energy to do it back for me. Like, I just feel so disappointed in myself. I just feel like, why would I do that? Why would I do something like that? Like, he was trifling, a little dirty, little trifling ass little boy, like little flash ass little boy. Why would I do something like that? And I was just such a nice little girl. I am still such a nice little girl. Like, I love me a hood nigga though, but sometimes we gotta pay the price of like a hood nigga. You gotta choose to pick which ones you want, because them niggas be trifling as fuck. Hence why his name is Trifling. But yeah, we broke up. And so I'm talking to somebody else, which is my other ex that had an issue, that him and Trifling had an issue with each other. I'm dating him, and I'm not caring about Trifling at all. I'm not worried about Trifling. Mind you, me and Messy are still cool. Me and Messy met each other when we was like in the 7th grade. So all the way to now, we still cool. We got classes together. Like, that's my dog. That's my road dog. I'm with her like every day. We go to lunch together sometimes, because I had other friends too. We go to lunch together. We in class. Like, we had a couple of classes together. Like, that was my dog. Like, not Trifling. Messy was my dog. Like, Messy was my homegirl. Like, we was cool. Like, we always was keying in classes and everything. Like, you saw me, you saw her. You saw her, you saw me. Like, I was always with her. Like, we was cool, you know what I'm saying? So, so I remember one day we was sitting in class, and I'm just sitting there writing, doing my work, and Messy, we sit next to each other. We're cool, we friends. We sit next to each other. We sit next to each other all the time, okay? Remember that, we sit next to each other all the time. So I'm just sitting there writing on my work. You know, we chilling. She listening to music. I'm chilling, listening to music, writing down on stuff on the board. That's when I look at her hand and I see Trifling's name on it. I see Trifling's name written on Messy's hand in highlighter. And it was saying something, it said something along the lines of Trifling's Bay, or it had Trifling with hearts around it and stuff like that. Like, I noticed it out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't, looking for, I wasn't even worrying about Trifling, to be honest with you. Trifling wasn't even on my mind. I was worried about dude I was with at the time. So I look at her hand. And I'm like, Messy, what is that? I'm like, what is that? She say, y'all, she's so fake. Like, bro, this is like, it's so fake. Like, it's so fake and trifling. Like, her name should have been Trifling, but like, it's so fake how she tried to play it off like, bitch, like it's funny. Like, that's something normal to do. Like, bitch, let me tell you, this girl said,
girl, Trifling wrote this on my hand talking about something, oh, I'm his bae and he ain't going nowhere. And I was like, boy, stop. You know Shay is my friend. I don't do stuff like that. And he like, oh, that's my bae. You my bae. Stop playing with me.
in my head, I'm like, but why? It's still not making sense as to why is it still on your hand? Why is it still on your hand? Why are you rocking it as if you want it there? You my homegirl, you my dog. Why is it still in your hand? Why are you rocking it as if it's a bracelet or something? It's not clicking. It's not, the math isn't mathing. Why is it still in your hand? If you my homegirl, first of all, if you my homegirl for real, you shouldn't even be letting my ex-boyfriend touch your hand. You shouldn't even be letting him touch your hand. You shouldn't even be letting him write stuff like that on you, period. I mean, if y'all was friends before me, after me, okay, cool. He can touch you. I'll scratch that. He can touch you. Y'all friends. But my thing is, if he's touching you more than a friend and he's flirting and you know I dated him and we so-called homies, why are you letting him do that? That should have drawn the line. I'm really your friend. You really cherish our friendship. Why are you doing that? Okay? So I saw that as a red flag. Red ass flag. Flag red as fuck. Okay? So, you know, after she said that, I didn't say nothing else. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, bitch, that's weird as fuck. Like, how you my friend? You said you don't mess with nobody, you know, that your friend mess with. Why are you sitting here rocking it on your hand? But you know what? I paid it no mind. I put it past her. And because she said she told him, I'm so dumb, but she said she told him, you know, we ain't gonna be together. Like, Shay is my friend. That's my homegirl. I'm not gonna talk to you like that. We could be friends, but that's my homegirl. So being that she told me that she said that, I trusted her. Sadly, I trusted her. And I went along about my day because I was like, okay, well, it ain't gonna never happen again because she told him what she told him. But I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong as hell. I was wrong. You know, I don't even remember because this happened so long ago. But I don't know if it was the next day or it was a couple days after, or maybe it was a week after or so. But I stopped hearing about it. Like, I stopped hearing about him after the first time she told me. I stopped hearing about it. So, and we went about our business, just back to normal, whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden, I see she come back to class with the same thing, but in a different color marker. She comes back to class with the same thing on. Like, what the hell? Like, at that point, I knew she didn't care. I knew she liked him. I knew they was talking because there's no way that he should be doing that again. It's no way that you don't like him and he's doing it again. Like, it's no way that I'm your friend and you don't do stuff like that and you're not the type of person for you to be having that on your hand. I saw it. I never addressed it because I addressed it the first time. I asked you, what was that? I saw what it was. I just want to know, why is that on your hand? So clearly she did not give a fuck. And he put it back on her hand. Or she either wrote it herself. But yeah, so after I saw that, you know, after I saw that, I think after that class, that day of class, I didn't sit. I think I decided to not sit by her no more. And everybody in the classroom felt the vibe. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, everybody in the classroom felt the vibe. Like, you felt the vibe. It was weird as fuck when I stopped sitting by her. It bothered her. I'm gonna tell y'all, it bothered her. Y'all, I walked to class, I ain't say nothing. She's sitting where we usually sit at, and I sit on the other side of the room. Like, when I tell y'all, she was looking upset. She looked like she felt some type of way. And which you should, because you're dating my ex. I just broke up with him. Like, we just broke up. Like, you're dating my ex. You knew he was my ex. It's not like you didn't know. So she knew exactly why I stopped sitting by her. You know, I stopped talking to her. We had classes together. I stopped talking to her in those classes. I stopped hanging around her. I stopped walking around with her. I stopped doing all that stuff with her, and everybody knew well enough. Like, everybody that was in our class together, they saw that I always sat by her. I stopped sitting by her. Everybody knew. Everybody felt weird. Like, everybody was like, damn, they not sitting by each other. What's the problem? So, you know, after that, we just weren't talking to each other no more, and I was just leaving it at that. Because, first of all, you're not even my only friend, and you're fake. That's fake. You know, you do something like, my thing is, because I know people going to be like, oh, y'all was kids. That's kid stuff. Y'all was teenagers. My thing is, you have common sense. Doesn't matter how old you are. Bitch, you're not going to, if you have common sense, if you really care about somebody, you're not going to go date somebody they used to talk to unless you don't care. Like, I would never do something like that to my friend. Somebody I call my friend, okay? I would never do something like that. Yeah, so I stopped talking to her, and that's when I started, for some reason, y'all. It felt as if they was doing this stuff for like, on purpose. Like, every time I went somewhere, I tried to go to class. Like, being that me and her have the same classes, I knew that he used to walk her to class and stuff. So I tried to avoid going the same way that me and her usually would go, just to get to class, because I don't want to see that. Like, why would I want to see that? Like, you know, so that it was like an outside based school. We had like a elective class that was on the far away from the regular classes. So it was, you know, you had to walk through the parking. Like, it was two ways. You could walk through the school, you know, make all the turns and stuff, or you can cut, you know, from whatever direction you're in, you can cut it through. You can cut through and then end up in the front of the school, walk through the grass and everything like that, and you'll be at the class. So usually me and her would cut through the school regularly, but, you know, being that where my class was, I wanted to cut through the front and walk through the grass, usually where the cars go, because I did not want to see them. I didn't want to see that. That would upset me. Like, that makes me feel like, that honestly made me feel like you rubbing it in my face. Big one. Do your big one. Do your big one, sis. Do your big one. So I'm walking to class, all of a sudden they end up next to me. And then the crazy thing about it, because this what makes me feel like they were trying to rub it in my face and trying to bother me, because the way that you get into the building where the elective was at, it was two different ways. It was two different entrances. I came in from a totally different side of the school from them. So the door that they supposed to go through was in the same areas as them. It's a door in front of them. If they just kept walking straight, they would have been inside the building. The way I was walking, I was straight, and I was going straight for the back of the building to get inside of the class. It was another entrance that way. For some reason, they cut from their door to come in the door I'm coming in. So, you know, let me try to like show y'all. So say this is the, area we in. Okay, back here, say this is the area we went in. So back here, this is the rest of the school. Right here, this is where they was coming from. I'm coming from here. And from here to here, from point A to point B, for me, this is our elective building. This is my class where the regular class is. I cut through the front of the school where the cars go to class. I don't know what class she had, but they was coming literally like this, right? So you see what I'm saying? They was coming like this. I'm coming like this. They're coming like this, okay? If they have an entrance here. My entrance was here, okay? Our doors were not close together. The door that she was supposed to go through was in the front of the building. My door was on the side, and it was a good little walk. Like, it would be stupid it would be really dumb if you decide to not go through the front door and walk all the way to the side. Like, that was a long walk. So the fact that they decided to cut and come to my door, it felt weird. When they got to me, I forgot what he said, or something like, he was like, what you looking over here like that for? I ain't, he said my other ex's name. I'm like, nobody said you was him. You could never be him. Like, he felt some type of way. That was a red flag. She should have knew that was a red flag for her, because why is he worried about who I'm talking to? Like, if he's your boyfriend now, why is he worried about who I'm talking to? He just didn't say nothing. We just all going to class, and I'm like, whatever. So, and I guess she was venting to other people in our class, because one of the other girls, she was like, oh, y'all need to start talking again. Y'all can't let this, break y'all up and not be friends no more. Y'all should just make up. And she all of a sudden just now, she mad because me and Trifling go together. And just to let her know, I could have been had Trifling. I'm like, girl, I didn't even want Trifling. Trifling wanted me. Trifling asked for my number. So you saying that you could have snatched Trifling really doesn't make a difference to me, because I didn't want Trifling to begin with. Trifling wanted me. I gave Trifling a chance. He didn't give me no chance. So the fact that you said you would have went and chased him, that's your business. That justifies you and what you want. I didn't want Trifling. I was minding my business. Trifling wanted me, baby. Trifling was seeking me out. Trifling was pursuing me. I wasn't pursuing him. But, whatever. I let her say her piece, because I'm not confrontational. I don't have time for that. If it was me now, I would have said it, but I was just like, whatever. Like, girl, I'm not even finna argue about something like that's already done. It's already said and done. You already did it. You already go with him. Leave it alone. You don't have to talk to me. Me not talking to you shouldn't bother you as much. Like, me not talking to you shouldn't bother you as much. Like, you should have known in your head that, bitch, I would have been upset. I asked you, what was that on your hand? Me asking you that, you should have known I was concerned. Like, you should have known I felt some type of way. Last thing, because we had a show to do, and for some reason, like, I don't know why I bothered him being there, but I wasn't worrying about them. Like, I didn't care for them. You know what I'm saying? It bothered him for me to be around them. Like, and when I had no choice. I had to be in that area for class. Like, they was cuddled up in some little, I was far, like, y'all, let me tell y'all, I was a distance. I'm all the way back here. Y'all the way over here. I say something like how I'm talking right now. Y'all wouldn't even be able to hear me. So the fact that me being in your peripheral vision, you can look and see me over there across the room, that's bothering you. You want me to leave? So I'm with this other girl. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's just walk around, whatever. Because he's talking about something he don't want me around. He was like, he don't want me around. And then her messy ass, and was like, babe, stop. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Because you look like a fucking child. There's nothing wrong with liking tall girls. There's nothing wrong with that. My sisters are tall. There's nothing wrong with liking tall girls. I wanted to be tall at some point. But, I mean, I like my height. But it's nothing wrong with liking tall girls. It's just the fact that, like, why did you want to date him? Like, for what? Like, you doing all this, you don't want me around, and look how short you are. Look how small you look compared to her. Look how you look like you dating a little boy. Look how y'all look. Like, and this other fake ass girl that was friends with her, they was like, I feel like they was closer to each other than they was with me or whatever. And I'm just standing there, bitch. She knew I used to date him. Why she telling me something? They look so cute, don't they? I used to date him. And you know that. You just fake and a follower. You want a friend so bad. Like, girl, no, they're not cute. They're unproportionate. They're an unproportionate couple. You know, she had to move shortly after that to a whole nother, like, far away, like a couple hours away. And yeah, that was it. I never talked to him again. I was going about my business. And was really killing me, was really making my scalp itch, is the fact that after she left, why he hit my line up. First of all, I didn't even know how he still had my number and why he still had my number. He called me asking me when I'm gonna let him fuck. What? Nigga, you think I'm gonna let you hit this? Good old two shoe, goody, Sierra, my goodies. You think I'm gonna let you hit all this? Hit this? Get a taste of this? What? Why you calling my phone? Don't you go with Messy? Ain't your girlfriend is Messy? Don't you go with Messy? And he was like, bro, like, after, you know what he said after I asked him that? Come on now, you know I don't even do stuff like that. You know I don't even go with girls like that. You know that ain't even my type. Yeah, y'all, so I'm just editing the video, and it probably looks weird of how I jumped the two different moves. I was actually telling T, I was telling somebody business. I was telling their business that he told me years later, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm just gonna say that, like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm just in the video. Thank y'all for watching this video, y'all. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know if y'all ever had an issue like this. If y'all went through something like this, even if you're in high school right now and you're going through something like this, let me know. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.